with large amount of cases have been pending at the High Court and the Supreme Court. To reduce the burden, Lok Adalats have been made as India's alternative dispute resolution mechanism. Hello everyone, welcome to Law Excellence. This is Pratyusha. In this session, we're going to discuss about different aspects of the Lok Adalat. So what is basically a Lok Adalat? The Lok Adalat have been in news because there's large amount of national Lok Adalat drives have been conducted, and in the recent news we have understood that there is a fourth national Lok Adalat drive has been occurred, and in this around 2.59 crores of cases were actually being resolved. Now, this is a great achievement where large amount of burden in the court has been decreasing and the litigation, and it is saving large amount of years. So, it is basically reducing the judicial dependency and improving access to the justice for the people. Then, it is also highlighting the functioning of the Lok Adalat. First thing, it is a speedy justice. Within one sitting of the Lok Adalat, many of the litigations and the court cases have been resolved. Second, it is very cost effective and dispute resolution. Third, strengthening the judicial reforms. Now, these are the importance or the factors that have been signifying the functioning of the Lok Adalat. Now, let's discuss the Lok Adalat, how it is being present. It is a non-adversarial dispute resolution forum which has actually been established as a statutory backing coming from Legal Service Authorities Act 1987. Now here it basically aiming to resolve the disputes by reconciliation, compromise and mutual agreement. These are the three core aims that has been there to reduce the resolution through reconciliation or compromise or mutual agreement. And the key feature here is that majority of the Lok Adalats that have been there, it is not in a formal proceedings that will be observed, but it's an informal proceedings, and we don't have any court fees have been there. We don't require a lawyer to be present there. Now, with or without lawyer, you can actually argue there, put your views in before the judge of the Lok Adalat. And here we have the faster resolution, and we have the emphasis on the settlement, not the litigation. So more amount of the emphasis is not to drag a case, to extend it for a long period of time, but in the short period of time, the resolution will become up, the justice is being done, or a compromise is being coming up between the contesting parties. Then we'll also see what are the different types of the Lok Adalats that are being present. The first one we have is the National Lok Adalat. The first, they have been occurring periodically across India, and they all occur on a single day. And it largely deals with the pending cases in the court with pre-litigation disputes that are being present. Secondly, we have the permanent Lok Adalats, the PLAR that have been there. Now, they are established for the public utility services. Remember the differences that are being present. Now, these are for the specific monetary disputes that are being present, largely linked with the transport, postal services, telecommunication, electricity and the water bills or scarcity that has been there. Now, whenever there is a signal jumping has been there, large amounts of challans are being present on your motor vehicles. Now, there can be resolved in this permanent Lok Adalats nature. Now, pending postal services, pending electricity bills, disputes regarding that. Now, they have been solved in this type of Lok Adalats. But one thing you have to remember is that unlike the regular Lok Adalats, the PLA can decide cases on the merit basis if there is a settlement is being coming upon. Then the third type we have is the next level of the Lok Adalats. We have state, district, taluk Lok Adalats in the different levels. They are largely handling the local dispute in nature. Then the fourth one we have is a special Lok Adalat. These have been conducted for a specific subjects, basically for the motor accident claims, bank recovery cases and the family disputes that have been present. Now, majority of them are being resolved in the special Lok Adalats. So, these are the four different types of Lok Adalats that are being present in India. Now, let us also discuss the importance of the Lok Adalats that have been there. First one, as we have been saying, the speedy justice has been there. So, it saves large amount of pressure on the judiciary, and also it saves large amount of time in the litigation process. First, second, we have the cost effectiveness. As there is no fee that is being involved in this Lok Adalat, now here we can have the refund of the court fee or else the no court fee is being applied. Cost effectiveness is being provided. Then next we have the access to the justice beneficiary. So if you are having poor, marginalized or else rural population that are being present, now they can access and seek for the justice through the Lok Adalats. Then fourth, the amicable settlement. Now this will be reducing large amount of hostility. If the cases have been increasing for years together, the enmity and the hostility between the two parties will be increasing in nature. Now this will be reducing that factor and preserves social harmony between the people. Next we have, it reduces the judicial burden. Now it helps the courts to focus on the serious crimes that are being present in the court cases. Then final and binding, or whatever award that is being given by the Lok Adalat is deemed as the civil court degree, and no appeal against this award will be present. No, this is giving certain amount of authority to the Lok Adalat verdicts that are being present. Let us also discuss the limitations regarding the Lok Adalat. The first one here is that it basically depends on the mutual consent. Now, if the two parties are not reconciling, they are not going for the compromise, there is no mutual understanding between them, then the Lok Adalats will be a failed in nature. Second, it is not suitable for the serious crimes. So, Lok Adalats are just for the rest of the categories that are being there. But whenever we see the serious criminal offences that are being present, no, those are not being solved in the Lok Adalats. No, they have to be filed in the regular courts that are being there. Then lastly, there is a large amount of risk of forced settlements if proper awareness is not being provided to the people. Now, this is a big concern that is being present with the people regarding the Lok Adalat. Now, however, India is having large amount of benefits, large amount of case disposal, and the judicial burden is being decreased with the functioning of the Lok Adalats. Now, let's see one practice question regarding the prelims. First, with reference to Lok Adalat, consider the following statements. Lok Adalat are statutory bodies established under the Legal Services Authority Act 1987. Second, the award has passed by the Lok Adalat is equivalent to a degree of a civil court and is final and binding on the parties. Lok Adalats can adjudicate non-compoundable criminal offence. Which of the following statements given above are the correct? A. 1 and 2, B. 2 and 3, C. 1 and 3, and D. all the above. So please do comment the right answer. Now let us also see one practice means question. See, Lok Adalats is very much important. Alternate redressive mechanism is being present. Now this is where we have the mains question also can be applied. So Lok Adalat has emerged as an effective instrument for ensuring speedy and affordable justice in India. Now this is a statement that is being given. Now the question starts. Discuss its role, significance and limitations in reducing the judicial pendency. Now can you see judicial pendency is the main key word that has been there. So you have to see what is the basic role of the Lok Adalat, significance of the Lok Adalat, and how it has been having limitations. In regard, you have to write it regarding the judicial pendency, reducing the burden with the court structures. So this is where one means answer you can practice with the help of this session. We'll again meet with an interesting session. Thank you.